Right, I'm just going to go through a mains water top-ups kit and we're just going to show how it goes together as a system. You come in on the gate valve, it's a stainless steel product with a 1/2" BSP female on the inlet, so you just need to decide what you're going to come in, or whether it's copper pipe or MDP pipe. We can get a connector to get you into this section here. So that goes through to the main solenoid, which is the main switching system, which turns it on and off, and then goes straight through to the ton dish. It finishes up going through the ton dish, which gives you the 2" air gap, which is great for the mains water top-up system. So just going to show you how it all goes together. Usually use about 3 or 4 turns of the PTFE tape, and then that screws together like so. At that point I'd aim to get the lever at the top there, so as this position is closed, and if you turn it that way it's fully open as the system should be. So if anything fails on route, you can always turn it off at that point, which means no water will go past that point. There is an arrow on the solenoid valve, so always make sure you get that aiming towards the water going outwards. PTFE tape is always clockwise so it doesn't unravel. That's the main aim, to get these 3 or 4 components into the correct position. There's a little nut here, and you put in the bracket from the ton dish, and then tighten up finger tight, and then just use your water pliers to finish off in tightening it in. So that's the main system of which then the water comes through. You have your air gap, which goes then into your tank as well. Just going to show you how it all gets wired up now, because obviously that needs a signal going into this solenoid valve. All the cabling has to be then wired up as well. So you've got 3 lines of cable coming in. You've got a mains cable, you've got the solenoid switch, and then you've got the float switch, which obviously sends a signal to the solenoid. Right, now that you've actually got it all wired up, there's 2 things to just mention onto the float side inside the tank. Is that you've got an M20 gland, which you'd screw an M20 hole in and then tighten the gland up just so it actually controls the cable inside the tank. There's also a sand weight, which then you can either cable tie in position or use the connector in the center, and then it tightens around the cable. What that does, it then tells you the difference of how much your weight goes up and down inside the tank. So as I move the weight up, it clicks off and then tells the solenoid that there's enough water gone through, so it closes. And as the water's used, it goes down and you'll hear it click. And then obviously then the solenoid gets opened and the water starts to flow through again. And that's it really.